What's good, YouTube? We're talking college sports in the Deep South where college football is king, and on the plains of Auburn, the battle cry is War Eagle. Once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart for Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn, talking about Auburn football here on the podcast today, where it's always great to be an Auburn Tiger. War Eagle. Week 3 of the 2019 football season welcomes Kent State. The Kent State Flashes coming to town, playing under the lights at Jordan-Hare Stadium at 7 o'clock on that particular week, week 3. Now, Auburn is coming into this game. This is kind of going to be a tune-up right before Auburn hits the road and takes on Texas A&M. This game really should not be much of a challenge for the Auburn Tigers. Kent State, arguably one of the worst teams in college football, and it doesn't appear to be getting any better for the Kent State Flashes, as they were ranked. If you were to rank past the top 25, they would be somewhere around 120 in that particular kind of ranking. One of the few bright spots for Kent State, ironically, is Woody Barrett, who actually committed to Auburn back in 2016. There was a lot of hype surrounding him, thinking that maybe, he could help turn the Auburn quarterback situation around. That did not work out. Woody Barrett wound up hitting the transfer portal. It wasn't a transfer portal then, but he decided to transfer to Kent State and has really been their only bright spot. I mean, if you look at Kent State statistically, they are, for lack of a better way of putting it, they're absolutely terrible. Okay, you look at their team for 2019, giving up 36 points per game. It was really bad. It really was bad. You look at their schedule. One of the few games that, they beat Howard, which is a FCS school out of Washington, D.C., just got demolished by Power 5 teams. They, played Illinois pretty close. Clemson demolishes them. Penn State demolished them. Mississippi, who just wasn't all that good on defense, demolished them 38-17. It's just really no chance. Kent State beat Bowling Green 35-28. In the 2 wins that they did have, they were 1-7 in the MAC conference. Like I said before, 101 ranked recruiting class, so it doesn't seem to be getting any better for Kent State coming into the 2019 season. Now, when you look at Woody Barrett statistically, he was actually okay. Like I said before, he was one of the few bright spots that Kent State had on last year. And, like I said before, it's going to be all but impossible for Kent State to even fathom a chance at beating Auburn. One thing Auburn will need to look at, though, in a game like this, there is an opportunity to get some reserves, some playing time. It's an opportunity to continue to shore up the offensive scheme going into SEC play. Any level of struggle against Kent State is a terrible sign for the Auburn Tigers. You're talking about a team that, like I said before, is just not very good on either side of the football field. Woody Barrett actually almost led the rushers as well, as he had 503 yards rushing. Passing, Woody Barrett was 229 out of 390 for 2,339 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. So, I mean, he was the only bright spot. And if that's a bright spot, then it's just really, really not looking good for the Kent State Flashes going into the 2019 season. Auburn should be able to dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football field. I do expect a high level of rushing yards in this particular game, getting more and more comfortable with that run-pass option as Auburn gets ready for that brutal stretch of the SEC mid-season. If I were to do a prediction, I mean, it really could look similar to what the Auburn and Purdue game was on last season. All right, guys, this is episode number 2 of the season previews for the Auburn Tigers. We're talking about the Kent State Flashes today. Go ahead and like this video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. Really not much to see here today, but we got to talk about every team that's on Auburn's schedule. War Eagle.